The order of the House of today, we now move directly to third reading. Minister to move third reading.
Mr Deputy Speaker, let me say how gracefully you've migrated from being a chairman to being Mr Deputy Speaker without any of us really noticing the change, and I thank you for that brilliant transfiguration. It is extraordinary to think that it is now 4 months, almost to the day, since my honourable friend, the Chancellor of the Exchequer, stood before this House to deliver the government's first budget. That proved to be the first in a series of very large economic interventions from this government, all of which have been designed to buttress our public services and to protect the most vulnerable in our society from this virus, while also supporting people's jobs and livelihoods through the lockdown. 4 months on, as he said, a new phase has begun in the government's economic response to COVID-19 with the publication of our plan for jobs. As the Chancellor made clear when he addressed this House last Wednesday, there is no room for dogma or ideology in this approach. If the first phase of our response focused on protection, this second phase is focused on the need to give everyone the opportunity of good and secure work in the future. But it is certainly not the last measure that we will enact. The government has said it will bring forward both a budget and a spending review in the autumn, when we will be in a better position to put our public finances on a secure footing and to consider the long-term fiscal measures required for a sustained and successful recovery. Nor should we forget that many of the programmes the government introduced to date still have a significant time to run. They include the Coronavirus Jobs Retention Scheme, the Furlough Scheme and the Self-Employment Income Support Scheme, which will continue through the summer and the early autumn before ending in October. However, at this moment, millions of people are still facing considerable uncertainty, fearing for their jobs right now. They need to know that there is hope for the future, which is why we have acted with a plan for jobs. This bill, as I hope to be this soon, this act, is a very important part of that plan for jobs, and I commend it to the House.
The question is the bill be now read the third time. Dan Corden.
Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker. The opposition will not be opposing this bill. We're acutely aware that people need support after months